Hello, craft beer lovers, and welcome back to a new episode of Brewgrass Brews. See, too many B's in the. I love the name though, so it's not going to go anywhere. I'll just trip over it for every episode going forward. It'll be what I'm known for. Hey, let's watch the guy who trips over his own intro. That's fun. As the director rolls her eyes at me. She doesn't think it's near as funny as I do, but she doesn't get dad jokes, and I get dad jokes. And I'm not even a dad. I'm a cat dad. So, if you like rambling about things before we ever get to beer, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button right up there, and you can watch me ramble before I ever get to the subject of beer and talk about the director rolling her eyes at me. But let's get to beer, because that's why we're here. One of the reasons I wanted to keep doing beer videos is I found during my training for Cicerone the wonderful world of beer pairings. And I never really thought of that as much, but boy, beer plays so well with the multiple flavors. Like during this time for Halloween, they play really well with chocolate. But let me kind of preface it. You're not going to go get your American light lager and put chocolate with it. That would be gross. I mean, I'm not even sure. That would just be awful. But a dark stout or a porter, dark roasted malts, smell a lot like coffee and smell a lot like chocolate. So odds are Halloween is in the next few days. You are going to have lots of chocolate hanging around. If you have a dark beer, kind of, sneak it out of the kid's candy bag and have a little bite, and odds are you're going to really like it. So we're going to do a Russian Imperial Stout. I think I did this last year, but I did it live. I didn't do a YouTube video for it, so let's reintroduce this Russian Imperial Stout from Dreaming Creek Brewery. Dreaming Creek Brewery is just down the road in Richmond, Kentucky. Really like what Charlie and them are doing down there. Russian Imperial Stout is named for a stout that was sent over to Russia. The reason it's Imperial is to make the journey. They just kind of, quote, Spinal Tap turned everything up to 11. High alcohol content, high bitterness, survived the journey from the Great Britain over to Russia. For some reason, Russian winters in high alcohol and dark beer seem to go real well. Just kind of the things that happen. And this one's actually up a little more of a notch. It's barrel aged in Wilderness Trail bourbon barrels, so quite nice. So Russian Imperial, regular Imperial Stout, bittersweet chocolate. I mean, it's like the baking chocolate. I know I've had this experience. I've talked about this before. You sneak in your grandmother's house and you're thinking you're getting a piece of chocolate and it's her baking chocolate, and you bite into it and you go, oh, that's not what I think it is. That's what I think every time I try a Russian Imperial Stout. Just a little too bitter. But when you add baking chocolate bitterness to caramel, vanilla, baking spices, that's what you're going to get when you get a barrel. So those two just are going to play so well together. And I really enjoyed this last year. We did lay it down for a year. It's 10% and highly, so this should make a year easily. This probably could have been laid down even longer. And yes, we are using the proper glassware. We were debating on this, but where it is a high proof or high APV beer, I want to make sure to use the, yeah, you can tell it's a little older, it's a little flatter, but it kind of happens after a while. Awesome. So me and the director went through the top candy bars of this time period. I'm not sure these are exact top 3, but they were in the top 5 for pretty much every poll we went at. Mm-hmm. So we're going to start with the standard Hershey bar. You can't go wrong. Milk chocolate, Hershey, just solid. Oh, also, if you ever want to watch The Food That Built America on History Channel, talking about how he put this together and it was a toil, but boy, they did real well. A little more complex, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. So we're going to get chocolate and add peanut butter. And then finally, so I don't, let me see, hungry, you need a Snickers, whatever that commercial was, a Snickers bar. So you have peanuts, caramel, and nougat and chocolate. So just a little more complex as we go on. And hand the director hers and her West 6-barrel room, and I will use the New Belgium. Let's try it first on its own. A lot of good barrel notes. A little sherry. Where's Oxford now? No, not the director. A little sherry smelling in here. Nice. Oh yeah, definitely sherry. As time goes on, especially in darker stouts and high gravity, what I'm tasting is the oxidization. But because it had so much to play with beforehand, it more turns it into sherry, slightly, I hate to say cognac or brandy kind of flavors.
Yeah.
You get those.
It's very,
I'm getting more sweet now at the end.
but it's very rich tasting.
Yes, it is. So I am curious what's it going to pair with. We're going to start with the least complex to the most, and the Hershey bar to the director. And a little bite of the Hershey bar to me.
What is the correct way? Do we bite and drink?
Yes. I would put them together. Oh, wow. Boy, that's a pop of vanilla.
It does bring up.
Chocolate mousse pie. The flip, yeah, I get chocolate mousse on that. Oh wow, that brings out a lot of the like chocolate creme brulee. Just really brings out the vanilla. Wow, that'll be tough to beat. Let's see what we think of me catching that at the same time.
You know, that also reminds me of I don't think we have any place in Lexington that makes them anymore, but those like lava cakes that would explode from the center.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've had some of those.
I love Chef, the movie Chef, where he loses it on the critic about a chocolate lava. I don't know how many chefs probably wanted to do that on a food critic, just lose their mind. So now we're going to try Reese's, and we're going to do chocolate and peanut butter versus just chocolate on its own. See what kind of level adding the peanut butter will be. Nah, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think the vanilla gives it almost a chocolate peanut butter pie. Remember the peanut butter pie when you would have the chocolate flakes in it? But
no, it just doesn't really bring out much of anything.
no, it's okay. No, okay. This one's gonna be weird. You take a bite, you can hand it to me, and then I'll take a bite. For the Snickers bar, because it's all one bar. And yes, we do full-size bars here, because I don't want to get my house egged.
Because that's how we roll.
And actually, we're not even doing Halloween. We're gonna go see the Judds, but we're kind of buried, and we don't get many trick-or-treaters really anyway. So this is going to be the most complex. We've gone from chocolate and peanut butter, chocolate, caramel, nougat, and nuts. So I'm kind of curious on this.
I haven't had a Snickers bar in a while.
Where? I guess I haven't been satisfied in a while to use a tagline. Tastes like a brownie. Tastes like a good brownie. Right, good. I think the vanilla and the baking notes in the beer make it taste like just a nut brownie. A brownie with nuts in it.
Yeah.
No, that's nice. No, that's really, actually, it develops as time goes on.
Really?
Yeah, it's torn between, I'm going to revisit. Torn between the Snickers and the Hershey bar. I love Reese's peanut butter cups. I will eat the tar out of those. But I'm just not sure with this pairing if that's going to work as well. That's so money. That's like silky chocolate cream pie.
Yeah, there's the Hershey's to me. I mean, but the Snickers is very good, but...
I'll revisit. The Snickers is good. I'm kind of curious. That's going to be tough to beat.
Right, just like a silk pie. You're right. It's just...
The vanilla in that, and I guess it's still carbonated enough that you get like that fluffiness in a cream pie. So let's try the Snickers one more time. And a couple of pieces of chocolate have dropped, so our Sam, the producer, or the director's trying to... I like. It's a second, but it's not a far second. It would depend on what mood I'm in. But if I want to eat like a nut brownie, and that's a good idea. If you guys want to comment down below, brownies with nuts or without nuts. I'm personally without nuts. I mean, I won't, if someone gives me a brownie with nuts, I'm still going to take it because, I mean, it's brownie. But I prefer not having nuts, but that tastes like a real good, well, homemade brownie with nuts. So, thank you, Charlie. And they are on Facebook, Instagram, the Twitter. I will tag them in the description. Go down and visit them. Thank you, Wilderness Trail, for making the barrels and the wonderful bourbon. Yeah, 4/14/21. So this is a year and a half. So this is a year and a half old. And I'd be curious if it, I don't know what another year would do or not. Because that oxidized well to the sherry and vanilla. So I don't know if another year, that's the fun thing about laying down beer. Sometimes when it gets older, it works. Sometimes when it gets older, you get beer flavored soy sauce. You just don't know. But that's quite nice.
No, it's a dark bottle, which prevents, it helps it.
Yes, it does. I would put it in a dark closet.
Which is where this has been.
Yeah, where this has been next to the other collection. But and the story behind Night Bears. So I want to share it because it's adorable. Charlie's daughter, when she was young and would wake up from a bad dream, like little girls would do, they would ask her, did you have a bad dream? She said, yes, I had a night bear, which is and I thought a nice scary idea to go with the Halloween season, and wonderful to pair because you're going to have a lot of this sitting around a lot that you can sneak from your kids or laying around the house. So get a dark beer, porter or stout, definitely. Maybe a Belgian double, but definitely a darker beer. And just pair it up with some chocolate. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised on what you had. Even the Reese's peanut butter cup wasn't bad. It just didn't add anything.
Right.
So Hershey transformed into something else. Snickers transformed into a little something else. Reese's just tasted like a really good candy bar with a beer.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. So I will see you guys in a couple weeks. We will... Got a couple ideas on the docket, maybe looking at setting up advent calendar, maybe a couple of different ideas, but we'll get to that shortly. And I will see you guys in a couple weeks. Remember, hit the like and subscribe. When you're out there for Halloween, be smart, drink craft beer, but drink craft beers wisely. They're a little goose. They're goose. There are lots of geese around. Don't hit the goose. Don't hit the little ghosts and goblins as you're out and about. And I'll see you in a couple weeks. Take care.